motivational speaker, and my role as a motivational speaker is to motivate, inspire, excite, encourage, and empower people to finding their true life purpose in life, to finding their goals, to finding their dreams, and to finding out what their needs and desires are in life. For today's topic, we are going to talk about an obstacle that stops us from getting what we want in our lives. And this obstacle is none other than our need to compare ourselves to other people. In particular, in this topic, I'm going to talk about social media and Facebook in particular. Now, according to Facebook, there are 2.2 billion active users and 1.45 billion users log onto Facebook every single day. Now, Facebook is a platform where millions of people connect with each other. So you have friends, family, relationships, lots of people, communities getting together. Facebook makes the world smaller because we're able to connect with so many people on so many different levels. But over the years, Facebook has now been used as a social comparison platform. When I log onto my Facebook, I get news feed, and it looks like everyone is celebrating their lives. Someone's having a birthday, someone's graduating, someone's celebrating their anniversary, someone's celebrating their honeymoon, someone's having babies. So when you log in and you're bombarded with all this information, it feels like everyone is leading an exciting, happy, fulfilling life. Everyone except yourself. Now we have to remember that Facebook shows you the highlight reel of a person's life. It's not exactly the real life of a person. And I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I saw this family photo posted on Facebook of one of my friends, and it was such a beautiful photo. So she had her husband and 2 kids and the dog, and the picture looks so beautiful. So when I met up with her a few days later, I told her that it was such a beautiful picture and that she should get it framed and put it up in her house. What she told me then took me by surprise. So what she said was that, Sonia, out of everything that happened that day, that picture was the only thing that went right that day. So she said in the morning she had an argument with her husband. Lunchtime her car broke down. In the evening one of her kids was sick and was throwing up. And at night her doctor called her and said that her blood test results have just come in and she is borderline diabetic. So she said out of everything that happened that day, that picture was the only thing that went right. So we have to realize that these are all happy moments. In fact, Facebook can be nicknamed as Happy Moment Book because people only post their happy moments on Facebook. Now, psychologists over the years have come up with 2 different types of comparison. There is something called an upward social comparison and a downward social comparison. Now, upward social comparison is when we compare ourselves to people who are better off. So people who have a better car, a better husband, a better employer, a better family. So we're comparing ourselves to people who are much better off than us. Downward social comparison is when we compare ourselves to someone who's worse off than us. So someone who does not have a car whilst we drive a car to work. Now, when we compare ourselves, so we do downward comparison, we're much more happier, we're satisfied with our lives. But when we do upward comparison, we start feeling low self-esteem, we start feeling envious, we're jealous, we're angry because everyone else seems to have a better life than we do. Now our mind can cope with 5 or 10 comparisons. So when we were at school and we compared our performance to other students, the mind was fine with that. But when you're on social media and you're comparing your life to thousands of people on social media or your friends, family, your mind cannot cope with such immense pressure and your mind begins to shatter. And that's when you start feeling depressed, you feel less confident about your life, you feel everyone else is leading a perfect life than yourself, so you're unhappy, you're not satisfied. The problem with comparing yourself constantly to people on Facebook is that you forget about your own journey, you forget about your own goals, you forget about your own life purpose, and you start doing what other people are doing. Someone who gets 1,000 likes whilst being on a holiday, you want to do exactly what they did because that 1,000 likes approves what they did. Someone who gets 100 positive comments on Facebook, you want to do what they did because that confirms the comments, the positive comments confirms that what they are doing is right. So you forget your own journey and you start comparing and you start following other people's journey. So how do you get out of this madhouse? So one of the ways to get out of this is you need to take a vacation from Facebook and social media. So start doing things that are more fun, like take up a hobby, do something like gardening, or learning a musical instrument, or learning a language. Do something that takes you away from this for a while. Another thing to do is make a gratitude list or a thank you list, and every day write down things you're grateful for in this world. So for instance, when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful that I have a hot shower because there's so many people out there who don't have that opportunity. They have a cold shower, they don't have any hot water in the water tank. I'm grateful when I have breakfast because there are lots of people in third world countries who cannot afford to have breakfast in the morning. I'm grateful when I sit into my car and drive to work, because in some countries there are children who actually walk for miles to get to school. I'm grateful that I have employees who listen to me and do what I ask them to do, because there's so many people who don't have the same luxury. I'm grateful when my mom cooks me a nice hot cooked meal, because there are people out there who go home tired and all they have access to is a canned tin of spaghetti. I'm grateful when my husband kisses me on the forehead and says good night, because there's so many people out there who don't have someone who cares for them. So these are things you need to focus on. Make your gratitude list, make your thank you list, and every time you do something or you engage in something, thank God or thank whoever you believe in and say thank you, I'm so grateful I have this. When you do this, you're taking yourself away from upward social comparison, and you're focusing more on your life. And when you've got so many things to be grateful for, you will forget about comparing yourself to others. So I thank you for watching Succeed with Sonia, and until next time, stay safe.